Mm-hmm. Ah, right, right. Yeah, no, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fine either way. I don't mind. It's fine either way. All right. Okay, we're also live on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, don't be shy to say hi. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have a nice trip, Albert. That sounds nice. Mm-hmm. Good question. Light chocolate. Yeah, what good players do is they use chess base. Yeah, Chameleon. I did see the SCC. All right, we're at 22:44. Thank you. Let's continue. Nice. All right, so let's continue. Let's try to push for at least 2300 today. All right, and we are playing with black. Now he plays one knight of three. There's a few things I can do, but since I want to try to play an accelerated dragon, I will play the move c5. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. Go g3. All right, so now we can go g6 and stay in accelerated dragon territory. So let's do that. Bishop g2. We go bishop g7, of course. Yep. He castles, and now I think we can grab more space with the move e5, but we can also go knight c6 first. A very typical move, as we should know by now, right? As we can see, it's got the, the looks of an accelerated dragon. He goes c4. All right, now here we have a few options. We can go e5. We can go e6. E6 and knight e7 is often a very good setup. I mean, here and here. I think I like e6 and knight e7. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go e6. Put my knight on e7, a pattern we might be aware of from the accelerated dragon. Creating this nice little square for our knight so we don't block our bishop. All right, and then we would also nicely prepare the d5 break. Okay, goes e3. Okay, let's go knight e7. Let's see what he's going to do. He goes d4. Okay, we'll take. He's going to recapture, and now d5 is an idea, so I'm going to go d5. And now if he takes, he's going to end up with an isolated d-pawn. So let's see what he's going to do. Good question, starting chess. I mean, it's fine using a slightly older version. Okay, he takes. Now I can take with the pawn, but it becomes really symmetrical. I kind of like the idea of taking with the knight. And, this pawn is a little bit weak. He goes here. If he takes, I might have to recapture the queen and then knight e5. Like, let's say I cancel, take, knight e5, I take, he takes. So I think I might just go knight e7. Keep this under attack, which is a little bit awkward turn. And here we see we have a slight positional advantage because he's got an isolated pawn, whereas my pawns are all very healthy. I have no weaknesses here, right? So, okay, let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes bishop g5. Now, I don't really want to take, but I also don't really have... I might go... Okay, let's see. If I castle, he might go queen e2, and then I'm a little bit stuck. So I might go h6. If he takes, I will recapture like this. Let's go h6. Let's ask this bishop what it's doing. Because it would have been slightly annoying had I castled and he goes queen e2. Because then I can no longer go h6. I cannot take. I also do not want to play f6 because that blocks my bishop and weakens this pawn. So that's why we're going h6 here. We don't want to wait for him to go here. And again, if he takes, I don't want to capture the queen, as that allows him to break in the middle with d5, get rid of his isolated pawn, and blast open the center. But we'll recapture with the knight. I mean, we'll have less pressure on the d4 pawn, but we'll get the bishop pair, and still we will have the slightly better pawn structure. So hopefully that makes sense to everyone. If anything is unclear at any moment, do not be shy to ask questions in the chat. All right, let's see what he's going to do. Yep. Well, Albert, I think you should stay focused on your chess improvement and, You know, your academics. Maybe. All right, he takes. All right, like I said, I do not want to take it to queen because he goes d5. I will recapture like this. That being said, you know, we have a little bit less pressure here, but still I think we're doing pretty well. What should white do here with the IQP? Good question. I mean, usually white would like to get rid of it with d5, but that's why I recaptured the knight, to keep that under lock and key. You should probably just activate his pieces, but I think black has a long-term structural advantage. So it's up to white to cook up some dynamic play to compensate for the slight weakness. All right, so okay. All right, I see, Albert. I see. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he goes 95. Let's castle, just get my king to safety. Okay, he goes rook e1. Now, I liked the move knight f5, but then he might go here. So it's a little bit tricky here. I cannot go b6, obviously. I don't really want to go rook b8, because then I invite moves like queen a4 with tempo. I kind of like the move queen b6. Because I hit this, I clear the d8 square for my rook. So let's go queen b6. We'll check after the game if this was good, but to me it looks like a very fine move. He can go knight a4, but I feel like the knight would be slightly off there. Then maybe I shift back to the middle with queen d6. And once again, we clear the square for a rook. Hello, Halo. Good to see you. Guys on YouTube, don't be shy to say hi in the chat. Okay, nice. Very nice, Albert. And as we see, it's a little bit awkward for him to defend b2 while also not letting go of d4. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he goes d5, but that seems okay, interesting. I can take a4. Excuse me. And if the knight a4, then maybe d6. And okay, if I take, he takes. I take, he takes. I might have to. Wait, no, but take. Here, he might have bishop. He might have here. Yeah, he definitely has. So this was a good move by him. And if I go rook d8, he goes here. Which is, I mean, knight f5. Not too worried about. Okay, if I take a4 even. I'm gonna go rook d8. Excuse me. Alright, so queen f3, I still have knight f5. Or, by the way, I can maybe take. Maybe I can. But he's played some good moves over the last couple turns. So let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, queen f3, good move. Hitting f7. I don't want to give him my bishop, so I'm gonna go knight f5. I mean, I don't know. Can maybe take, and he can take. And the problem is I cannot take and rook b8 because the knight c6 and I lose. So queen b7, I might have to go rook b8 right away. And if he takes, I take, and there I should have decent compensation. So let's take, at least I get my bishop out. He's probably going to take now. And I think we kind of have to go rook b8, and I think we're okay. Let's go rook b8, but he's playing well. I mean, I could not take a rook b8 because knight c6, and I would have lost the game on the spot. Now, if he takes a recapture, I mean, I have the bishops. have some pressure on the B2 pawn, so I should still have some decent compensation. Yeah, this guy is playing well. He is playing well. Okay, I don't know what he's thinking about. I mean, he really has to do this, I think. I mean, it doesn't make sense to move the queen anywhere else. I think the critical line is take, and B3. And then it's not obvious to me how I continue. I mean, yes, this knight, you know, is pinned, but I don't see a good way to increase the pressure on it. I mean, well, we'll see starting chess. Okay, why is he thinking this long? I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but I really think he has to take. He can maybe move his queen, but it's just complicating the game unnecessarily. And okay, at this point he's in a tough spot because he's still doing well on the board, but down to 3 minutes. This is very dangerous territory for him in a real game. Yeah. I don't know why he's thinking. But okay, let's see. What? What? What is that? Okay, now obviously I don't want to take because he forks me, but I've got plenty of good options. At the very least, I can always take and then take, and I think I'm maybe a tiny bit better. Probably kind of equal. The most ambitious move. I can do this. I can also go 94. I kind of like 94 so that, you know, the position doesn't change that much. And then I also threaten this, and I hit this. He still has rook b1 though. But I don't know. I feel like we should have something. I kind of, if it, I can maybe do this. But I don't know. He starts, let's go 94. Things should be okay. We hit the queen, gets the take, I recapture. And we have quite a few threats. Well, here he did grab the material starting chess. But yeah, he spent 2 minutes on that move. That was a little bit too long in a 10-minute game. I mean, you can think for like maybe a minute or even two here or there, but then you really have to pick up the pace somewhere. Right, we could have taken on b2, but like rook b1 seemed all a little bit unclear to me. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. Also, hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. Hello, Sanio. Maybe, yes. I think in a way the Caracan is similar to the Sloth. Yeah, okay, well, we can just take. And I like taking now because we take with a tempo, we hit the knight. Hello, Albista. Albista, you don't have to be worried about the Maraxi bind. All of that is covered. And I have a good line for you guys there, so no need to worry about that. Hello, Guy. Hello, Sub-Zeros. Oh, thank you, thank you. First of all, thank you for buying the course, and thank you for the kind words. Really happy to hear that the Speedrun supports. Yeah, that's been the goal. That's been a goal, to support the course, and also to give the people who can't afford to buy the course a way to learn for free. Okay, let's go queen b4. I think this knight is a little bit stuck over here. I think he's just in trouble. Like, how is he going to save the knight? Yes, but okay. I just take. Recaptura? Okay, but... First of all, by the way, let's collect this in the corner. He might do this. So I kind of like the idea of bishop d7 first. Let's hit the queen and the knight. And we can also, by the way, pick up this. What do I recommend against the Caro-Kann? Good question. The advance. I think the advance is the critical test because you grab more space. Hello, duel. Yeah, that was also a good line. Bishop 5 and knight g2. That was also good. But I like queen b2 because like his... Oh, wait, sorry. I liked queen b2 because his knight is just kind of loose. And like, it's not clear to me where the knight is going. Okay, so queen f3. All right, let's take the rook. As now we also hit the other rook. Oh, and I see something funny. Right. So we could obviously just take, but we can also have a little bit of fun and do this. That being said, yes, queen g2. But you know what? For you guys, I will play... you can go here. Whatever, no need to be fancy. Let's just take the knight. Yep. Alright, queen g4. Fantastic move. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and take. Okay, so nice win. Okay, so let's have a look. So here we see also against knight of 3, you can kind of play the Accelerated Dragon, right? So we go c5, c4, g6, g7. And okay, he turns it into a symmetrical English with the move c4. E6 is generally a good move here, followed by knight e7. And he goes e3, knight e7, d4, then we take. And once again, if I castle, he's going to go d5, and he's going to kick me around, right? White's better here. So that's why I go d5. I firmly stop d5, and now after takes, he's got an isolated pawn here. Now, I could have also done this, and I would perhaps slightly prefer black, because his knight on f3 is slightly off. That being said, it's very even, because it's blocking his bishop, whereas my knight is not blocking my bishop, and I can maybe go here and hit that f5 pawn. But knight takes, of course, also good. He goes here. I went here because if I castle, you know, he might take, and I can do this, but it's very symmetrical, a little bit boring, honestly. And okay, this is going to run into stuff like knight e5 or bishop e3, followed by knight e5. So that's why I moved the knight back to keep a clear eye on this. He goes here. I didn't quite want to take, it looked a little bit dangerous because I'm underdeveloped. And so I played this, we're hitting the bishop. Right, because if I castle, he's going to go here. And now I can't go h6 anymore because it hangs a pawn. And once again, I don't want to go f6 and block this bishop. So I played h6, hitting bishop. He took. Now I don't want to take with the queen, because he goes d5, blasts open the middle. And this is just a disaster. Like, I don't know, this comes. So obviously we have to take with the knight. It's knight e5, castles, getting back into safety, rook e1. Right, and here we had a few options. I played queen b6, which is a good move. Knight f5 apparently also good, but it allows d5. Rook b8 also fine, stepping out of this diagonal, protecting the pawn just in case. But queen b6, fine move. Fine move. As we hit this and this, and we clear the d8 square for the rook. No, I definitely do not think so, Chameleon. I mean, he almost beat Ali Reza yesterday. He really should have. But he let it slip. But he likes to say, like, oh, I'm getting old, blah, blah. But he's still insanely good in bullet also. All right, d5. Right, and maybe I should have taken. That's what the computer says. If here, queen a3. d6, f5, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess black is doing well, but these lines are difficult. Like, even... Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, very difficult. Okay, anyway, I play rook d8. Activating my rook, pinning the pawn. He goes here, logical move, hitting this. Now, I could have taken here, but I didn't want to weaken all of the dark squares here. Computer says I should follow with this. And like, but it's a little bit, it's not that counterintuitive. I mean, it's saying black is better here. Because, you know, this is hanging if here, bishop e6. It's not much, but black is very comfortable. Because if take, then take, and here, and black's a tiny bit better. Alright, but I played knight f5, which was not that good because of g4, right? And I would have had to go here, and then this position is a little bit clumsy for me because it's hard to get the bishop out. My knight is a little bit weird over here. So white would have been better here. So I did misplay this part. But he took. That was a mistake because it allows me to get the bishop into the game easily. He takes. And I played rook b8. Now, the reason why I didn't take and this is because he has knight c6, and I'm in big trouble as he hits this and this. That being said, I definitely get some compensation after this here, and then take, because I've got these powerful bishops. But I don't know, we don't really want to do this because we're down in exchange. Anyway, so I played here right away, and here I was really surprised. He thought for like 2.5 minutes, and he really had to do this in my humble opinion. And, you know, black is compensation because the bishop pair, but it's a pawn, right? So it's probably more or less balanced. Anyway, he did this big mistake. Yeah, okay, knight e4 is not a good move. I mean, it's the second best move, but the best move is just this, and black's just more or less winning. It's -3 according to the computer, because everything, again, everything is loose. If I take this pawn, this knight is loose. This knight's also loose. A lot of moves coming with tempo, which is also why here I did consider bishop f5, but I like this move better. Because again, everything is just falling apart. It's like -4 here. He goes here, here. The knight is simply getting trapped. He goes here. We take that. d7, and everything is hanging. Right? So we first take here, then we take here, and he also decided to hang this. So that was it. So nice win with black, as now we reach 2250. Okay. All right. No, I don't like the Kalashnikov. I don't like the Kalashnikov because, you know, you weaken the d5 square permanently, the d6 pawn becomes weak. I think the Accelerated Dragon is a lot easier. It's a lot easier to play. Besides, you don't have to worry about all of the move orders. You can just go like c5, knight c6, g6, bishop g7 against almost anything. Like it's almost always a good setup. Do I like Sveshnikov? Too difficult. Too difficult. All right, let's go ahead and start up another game. All right, we're playing with black. Let's see. e4. Okay, we know what to do. We play c5. All right, knight f3. Okay, guys, what do we do here? Let's test everyone. We want to play the Accelerated Dragon. Well, chess, you came to the right place at the right time. Let's all try to participate as we all learn more from active learning. Yes, we play knight to c6. Excellent. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. All right, he goes c3. All right, so the delayed Alapin. Do you all remember what we do against the Alapin? Do people remember here? Phil starting chess should know. He's a student of the course. Yeah, whenever we see c3, now we go knight f6. But good suggestion, chess. All right, so he goes e5, hitting the knight. Let's go knight to d5. So we'll lure this e-pawn forward, and later on we're going to attack it with d6. All right, let's see what he's going to do. All right, bishop e2, okay. I can go d6 here, which looks pretty decent. Can also go knight f4. I'm going to go d6 for now. That's generally the plan, to attack this pawn. He takes. Okay, now let's recapture with the queen. He castles, and I kind of like this move knight f4, but I don't know. He can maybe just move his bishop. Maybe it's not a big deal. I don't know if we can. I feel it's probably fine. All right, bishop g4. He gets d4 in. I like knight f4 because we go for the bishop pair, which is definitely a long-term asset. And, you know, in some cases, maybe we can block his development by putting the knight here, which would be really annoying for him. Yep. Yeah, so chess, you came to a great place. I highly encourage you to participate in the chat and learn. Okay, goes knight e3. He wants to go knight c4. I kind of like bishop f5 because we get. I'm not too worried about this. I'll just slide back. So let's go. I can also take, by the way, bishop f5. Maybe he goes here, but then maybe like queen g6. G4 right away, also an option. I'll go bishop g4 as we develop the bishop and create a little bit more pressure here. Okay, goes h3. Wait, but I can take that. Because if he takes, I go here. Which looks pretty good. I mean, he can block, but I take, like h5. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's take. I mean, I don't think he's got anything like knight c4, queen g6, knight h4, queen g5. Should work out for us. Okay, d4, tricky move. Because if I take, he takes. Alright, it's definitely a little bit tricky here. Can move the bishop back. I don't know if this was a bit too much. I mean, I can really go all in and take here, but I feel like it's too much. Let's go bishop g4. I slightly regret all of this stuff now. I feel like it's a bit of a mess, if I'm being honest. Okay, takes. Obviously, we have to recapture. It's definitely a mess here. It was... Yeah, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing as he attacks the knight? Can I get away with this? I think I can. If he takes, I take, and I'm safe. Right, because this is covered. And if he takes, then I go here. Right, so let's take. Because at least now I can move my knight to the middle, which is nice. And at least it doesn't have a queen check here. And this is a very real idea. Because it would open up his entire king. If he takes with the g-pawn, and if he takes with the queen, I should be safe. So bishop b2. Okay, he's reintroducing the idea of bishop to b5. So I might go a6. But I don't know. g3, it's really tricky. I can do this. I can do this. Which, I don't know, I'm also not super safe here. But it might be the best move. Let's go queenside castle. I think I should be fine. Alright, let's see what he's gonna do. Hello, lane. Okay, go c4, which I think is definitely not the move. Alright, now we have a few options. Maybe h5, although we're still here. Maybe g6. I really want to try to attack his king somehow. c4, I don't know. I mean, I guess he wants to do this. I kind of like the idea of h5, maybe then rook h6. I think it's a nice plan. Let's go h5. e6, by the way, was also an idea. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. Okay, maybe put the pawn here to stop him from going g3. I don't know, knight g4, he goes here. Alright, okay, nice, nice. Okay, goes g3. So this was another point of the move h5, is that then later on if I go h4, I really open everything up. Queen f6, can go queen g5. This looks pretty decent. Also like here. Yeah, I like this move. And then here. If he goes here, I go here. Let's go queen. He might go like here. Let's go queen f6. Should be fine. Alright, let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, he goes f4. Alright, but I kind of like the idea of knight g4. I mean, yes, it would give back the pawn, but its king would be quite weak. Alright, so can I go e6? He takes. Maybe I just take. He might be kind of okay, actually. I don't know if this was good what I just did here. Okay, takes. Alright, so he's starting e7. So I might have to recapture. If I go king b8, he might have here. So I'll take, I guess. I feel like I've slightly misplayed this, but you know what happens. This guy is not bad. Okay, goes there. Alright. Let's go bishop e7, I guess. I really misplayed this. This is annoying. I felt like I was completely winning. But okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, knight g4 already might not have been it. Like, his king is actually not that unsafe. I mean, of course, a little bit, but okay, knight b5. Alright. Yeah, this knight can just come back here. I mean, I can take, but I would have to play this endgame, which is fine. Maybe king b8, but knight c3. I'd love to somehow get the bishop here, but it's not easy to see how. Let's go king b8. Alright, he goes there. Let's go rook d4, I guess. And queen f7, knight e4, I'm not in time. But maybe... Oh, by the way, I have this move, which, you know, yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that. You know, I have that open h-file, so I might as well use it, right? Queen h2 is a real idea. Okay, let's obviously recapture the bishop. Want to keep this idea intact. I think he has to run. Yeah, he definitely has to run. Okay, but at the very least I have bishop f6, which is good. I mean, check here, check here. Right, so let's go bishop f6. Like, if I get the bishop in as well, and then the queen and the rook, at some point, you know, there should be something. Hello to everyone in the kick chat. Hello to 480. Hello Rayan. Hello Yek Bob. Hello 00 Baran. Hello Majin. Hmm. Hello Ben Ward. Hello Ayub. Good to see all of you guys in the YouTube chat. Appreciate all of you guys. Okay, goes king g2. Alright, but at the very least, I can do this and take. Oh wait, I gotta speed up. This guy is really not bad. Let's take here, hit the knight. I mean, maybe 94. I kind of want to keep that bishop on the board. Or can I do this, as I do threaten mate in 1? I think it would be nice to get this moving with tempo. Right, as this is a very real threat. Yeah, let's do that. Right, I think he's collapsing actually. Because knight's under attack. I mean, I have to give it to him. He's played a good game. Alright, let's see what he's gonna do. Alright, he goes 92. Okay. Let's go rook h2 as we hit the knight. Oh, but by the way, I just realized he can take here. And then he also defends this. I can take here. Right, because then I threaten here. Queen c2 also decent. But I think I'll take. As we hit this, we threaten queen b3. Alright, he takes, he falls into it. Now we go queen b3, and that is it as we win the rook. You might go like, I don't know, knight c3. It's probably what he will do. But it's still just lost to white. Because he's down a piece. Alright, he goes knight c3. Okay, we just take. Check. It's gonna go to g4. Yeah. Alright. Queen c2. I mean, this is not a mate. So let's go here. As we hit the rook, we move our king into the corner. Once again, this is covered twice. So we're safe. And we can potentially continue the attack with most like queen e4. He goes there. I can throw in this check. Which I think I will. Okay, wait, gotta speed up a little bit. Check. Alright, let's throw in another check. It's getting tricky for him. Or, what am I saying tricky? It's completely lost. Alright, let's throw in... I can do that, I can also go bishop d4. This king is kind of stuck. Queen h1 is a big threat. It's checkmate in 1, actually. So he's just lost. Alright, so tough game, but we're gonna get the win. You know, as you guys can see, the games are getting tougher and tougher. This guy definitely played well. And so we'll definitely have to analyze this game. Okay, takes. Okay. Okay, everything is winning. Let's just take. And let's throw in a check. Check. And throw in another check. If he goes here, we have mate. And if he goes here, we can... Alright, well, that's checkmate. Alright, good stuff. We win another game as we move to 22-58. But tough game that was. We'll definitely have to analyze this. So e4, c5, knight f3, okay, knight c6. And whenever we see the move c3, either move 3 or move 2, we go knight f6. As we hit the pawn, we'll lure that e-pawn forward, and then go 95. And the idea is that later on we will attack it. Now white's main move is d4, then we will take and go d6 to undermine the e5 pawn. But he goes bishop b2. Now still the idea is to go d6, as after takes, our queen becomes active and we get a good position. Actually, the best move according to the computer would have been e5. Interesting. To take with the bishop. Huh. No, I prefer the Accelerated Dragon Chameleon. Alright, anyway, take with the queen, he goes here, and then, knight f4 might have been a little bit too much. I mean, it's decent, but maybe just safer as g6, bishop g7. Right here, because already after d4, white gets a bit of an initiative in the center. That's the one thing in like the Alapin that you sometimes have to watch out for. Yes, exactly, like reverse Moraxi bind. So one thing you have to watch out for, because, you know, our bishop is not developed, we would still have to move up a pawn, then, and only then we can move the bishop and castle. Unless it can be a little bit tricky in the Alapin or the Smith Mortar, or you're a bit behind. Anyway, he goes here. Queen g6 apparently. Right, makes sense. Yeah, and black is better. Yeah, because he doesn't want to go knight here. Right, and g3, also some problems. So bishop g4, okay. Also okay, but not the best move. h3, okay, we take. D4 in here becomes tricky. Apparently queen g6 right away. Knight h4 and then take, and then queen g4. Right. That would have been the best way. Okay, interesting. Anyway, I went here. Yeah, this was not good. Apparently after 95 he's winning. Wow, because after... Yeah, the problem is, again, I'm way underdeveloped. Like, still not close to getting my bishop out. He's turning a nasty chase, turning kind of mate. Now, even if I do this, I mean, I'm just completely stuck. So I definitely took a little bit too much risk here. But he went here, big mistake. Oh, I could have just castled. Right. Anyway, took, and here also decent. Queenside castles. This was definitely too slow. All right, h5 was a good move. As then, you know, we have ideas of knight g4 or activating the rook. He goes here, I move my queen back. Apparently best would have been here. He goes f4, good move, good move. Oh, and now maybe knight c6 to d4. Because if he takes that, hangs the queen. But this was, yeah, I don't know. Like, it opens up the h-file, but his king is not too unsafe. So I went here, take, take. Probably should have attacked this. He went here, I went here. I move my king here, so if he takes, it's never a check. And now queen h6, and the threats are still very much there. So he takes, I recapture the bishop, of course, to keep this threat alive. And now we activate the bishop again, and it's just too much. Like, I have this bishop, I have the queen coming in, the rook coming in as well. His king is wide open, so that's why black is just winning here. So we give a check and take another pawn, but more importantly, we hit this and threaten queen b3. We give a check. He had to give up his knight, but obviously it's just completely losing as he is down a piece. So we give another check, check, position the bishop, for the final checkmating attack, and the end was very near, and so we won a nice game. Okay, so nice win here with black as we move to 22-58. All right, let's go ahead and start up another one. All right, and we play with white. With white, we have been going 1d4. He goes d6. Okay, so we can go e4 here. But I also like the move knight f3 to stop e5 from black. He goes knight f6. Okay, so let's go c4 to keep it in 1d4 territory. He goes g6, and here I kind of like the fianchetto, so let's go g3. Bishop g7, bishop g2, castles, and let's go knight to c3. Knight d7, one of the main setups. We just castle, and he's probably at some point going to go e5. He goes rook e8 first. Let's go e4. I assume he's going to go e5, right. And let's go h3. This is always a useful move, so that it covers the g4 square from his knight and the bishop. So he goes knight c5, hitting the pawn 1, 2, 3 times. So, and we had to defend it 1, 2 times, so I had to defend it again. He goes knight e7. Now he wants to jump around. He wants to attack this and then maybe say hello. But I don't think it's quite effective. I'm going to go bishop b3. He can go knight e5, but I'm going to go b3, defend this. And he's going to maybe have another fun jump, but he's going to run out of steam. And then I definitely have the advantage. Because I kind of have... It's not quite a Meraxi bind. It's more like a king. I would call it the Meraxi bind if this pawn was here. Right? But the pawn is here. So I'd call this more like a... I don't know, King's Indian bind, whatever, if you will. Philidor bind, whatever. We have a bit more space, right? Like, his knights are active here, but it's not that easy for him. At some point, we can maybe push him back, and it's going to be a bit unpleasant for him. Next up, we're probably going to move our queen out of the way, move the other rook to the middle, and enjoy a nice position. And that's why here, he's starting to think. He played all the first moves quickly, playing for tricks. But if the tricks don't work, then fundamentally, he's just worse, right? So let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes knight e3. Okay, so he's hitting my rook. And we're just going to go rook to e2. I mean, this is fine. At some point, maybe rook d2, kicking the knight away. We'll move our queen, bring the other rook in, and once again, we'll have a nice position. Yeah, a bind is where you really restrict all the pawn breaks. He goes h5, okay. Let's go. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go rook d2. I want to kick this. I wanted to tell him to get out right away. He's probably gonna jump back to e5. Sorry. And then, I mean, ideally I'd have my queen here, but I don't know if I have to worry about this. And then maybe a sack. All right, he goes there. I might go queen e2 here. Usually I prefer putting the queen on c2 to also protect this, to have this protected, but I'm going to put it here for now because I'm a little bit worried about these. Maybe I should have just gone f4. Okay, he goes here. Let's go g4. Now no sacrifices can ever work because everything is protected. Yep. a3 also would have made sense. Hello, Basile. Welcome. Welcome, guys, to the channel. Hello, everyone. All right. Let's see. He goes 96, so calm. I think I'll go f4, but maybe he goes here. At some point, by the way, maybe he can take and go g5. So that's why I kind of like the idea of here. Let's see, c6. This is why I like the queen on c2 better. Make sure that this is never hanging, because at the knight 6, it's a little bit annoying. But maybe I'll take and like e5. Gets a little bit messy. Okay, I'm gonna go f4 because I did not like the idea of him taking in g5 and establishing a bit of a bind on the king side. Okay, knight c6 probably, 97 is a bit passive. Right, I really would have... Queen on e2 is a little bit off. Like, you'd rather have the queen here. So I kind of regret. I think in this position we should have played f4. Is what I think, but we'll check afterwards. That's okay. Well, but Vic, I would have gotten 2 knights for the rook. Okay, he goes here, hitting my knight. I don't want to take and develop his bishop. I'm going to take here and damage his pawns. He recaptures. Okay, I can go e5, block this diagonal, hit this, but he might just go here. I'm like, I don't know. But I'll take. It's a lot of material, so I think I'll go e5. Let's go e5. It's definitely awkward for him to defend this. I think he goes there, but why can I not take? I mean, it's a lot of material, and I'm still kind of safe. I also have 95 now, so it's an important pawn to grab. He takes, okay. But I like the idea of throwing in 95. So let's do it. Let's go 95. Hit the queen. The queen also doesn't have a whole lot of good squares. Maybe like queen f8, but okay, it's interesting position. Queen a3 on the board. All right. Now he has ideas of taking, hitting the rook, hitting this. So I'm going to go f5, hitting the knight. Also have the idea of f6, closing the bishop. Okay, he goes here, but I can just take. And he cannot... No bot. No bot. No bot. I take with check. It's a little bit much. Okay, he goes there. Everything is winning. Can take... Can, by the way, take a full rook for free, but I'm going to take here. I want to go for checkmate. Okay, goes queen d6, but I can just go f6. Oh, this is fine. Okay, well, he resigns. Okay, so nice win. Let's analyze. So, I like the fianchetto against the King's Indian. I mean, if I make a d4 course, I think that's what I'll recommend. All right, so let's see. So d4, he goes d6. We can go e4 here, but if you're a d4 player, you can also go knight f3, stopping e5. He goes here, we go c4, grabbing more space, and we go for the fianchetto. So bishop g2, knight c3, knight bd7. But I'm generally not a huge fan of this system. I mean, I think it's a little bit risky because it gives white quite a bit of space. All right, so h3. I like it because very often we'll get this structure, and as you see, we just have quite a bit of space, and black is often going to be cramped. Also with the fianchetto, I feel like, you know, we're always very safe with the bishop on g2. All right, he takes, we recapture, knight c5, hitting the pawn. We go rook e1 to defend it. He goes knight f d7, so he wants to like jump around. Now I played here to make sure this is protected, so that if he goes here, I can defend this, and after this, my knight on d4 is safe, right? That's why bishop e3. Right, he goes h5, starting the push, rook d2, and now we kick him out. Now somebody was asking, why did he move the knight? But the thing is, I actually do want to take because I get 2 knights for the rook, so it's a very good trade. 2 minor pieces for rook is almost always good. Right, he goes back. Yeah, and we probably should have gone f4 right here. Yeah, that was definitely the move. Queen e2, fine, but okay, h4. Again, f4 would have been a move, g4, and now knight e6. Okay. We go f4, hitting the knight, and look at the evil bar. Like, we're just making normal, healthy moves. We're making normal, healthy moves, and it's +2. And like I said, that's why I like the fianchetto, because the bishop is pretty well placed here, defending this pawn. Even if you often develop the bishop to e2, often you end up going like rook e1, bishop f1, and then maybe like here and here. So makes a lot of sense to put it just here from the very beginning. He goes here, we take, and e5, opening of the diagonal for our bishop. He goes here, okay, we take. Knight e5 comes in with a tempo as well. He goes here, and we go f5, hitting the knight. And yeah, I think he's just lost. Yeah, it's very difficult also for black to attack Camellia knights. That's why it's very anti-Kingsinian. Yes. Yep. Okay, he goes here, we just take that. That's a free knight. He recaptures, we take the rook. And okay, probably knight f6, but this is also good as we start a massive attack. I was just about to play here, because after this, I have here the cover, but he resigned. Okay, so nice win, as we move to 22-65. I remember that was my, fun fact, I remember that was my FIDE rating when I was like 13 years old. And also when I played, Danya at the World Under-14 Championship. So that's kind of interesting. Where he beat me with a nice king march. Anyway, let's go ahead and start up another game. We're playing 10-0 chess queued. Alright, we're playing at 2000, a little bit annoying. Okay, he goes e4, we go c5. He goes knight f3, and of course we go knight to c6. Okay, so go c3. Now, we just learned that against the delayed Alapin, whenever we see move c3, we go knight f6, hitting the pawn. Okay, goes d3, but now this doesn't make any sense, because the idea of c3 is to go d4. I think I mentioned g6 in the course, but of course this is not a serious setup. He goes here. Okay, let's go bishop g7, and we'll try to do something similar. He goes knight d2. Let's go castles. Goes bishop e2. All right, now I want to go d5, but he's going to go e5, which is a bit annoying. Can go h6 ecas. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go h6. Ask this bishop what it's doing. Let's see. Goes bishop e3, hitting the pawn. And shoot. I'll go b. Yeah, I misplayed this. What am I doing? All right. Okay, wait. I think he really should have played d4. He was probably worried about this, but the problem is that after takes everything, my knight on g4 is hanging. So this is a very important and instructive moment. Now he wants to go d4. If he gets d4, and I think he's better. If I go d5, he goes e5. So I'm going to go e5 myself. And this is a move that a lot of people struggle with. They think like, why would we ever block our own bishop, right? But the point is, after we go d5, it all of a sudden starts to make sense. Then we have a massive center with black. So let's see what he's going to do. The critical move definitely is d4, but I think we're doing pretty well there. We should have enough dynamic play. He goes there, hitting the pawn, and by the way, maybe aiming to jump in. So d5 is a move, but he takes, and we should be fine, but I also don't think more than that. I kind of like queen c7. Initially, I was thinking rook e8, but then he jumps in. So we go here, defend this pawn, and Stop this square. Okay, goes queen c1, hitting this, so we'll just defend that. And next up, when we go d5, we will see that we just have a massive advantage here with black. There's no accelerated dragon for white. Yeah, maybe we could have done their drip. Maybe we should have done that trip. But I'm just playing the pool. I mean, it's not. It's a little bit annoying because I only gain 4 points if I win this game, and obviously that's gonna make it take longer. Okay, he goes h4. I mean, I guess maybe he's aiming for this, but I'll just move back. Yeah, gotta go for this. Let's go d5. Hit the knight. He takes. We recapture the bishop, and so we should be doing pretty well. Okay, takes. Let's recapture. Okay, goes h5, trying to open up, but we just go g5 to keep everything closed. And we see here once again, we have a lot of space with black. He's just playing for tricks, but if the tricks don't work out, then, you know, it's just nonsense what he's doing. All right, fundamentally, we have a very good position, but we just have to make sure that no tricks work out for white. Hopefully that makes sense, everyone. Hello, Maurice. Thank you, my pleasure. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. F5 could be a decent move, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily, it's definitely a nice move to improve the position. I mean, I wouldn't quite say the game is over yet, but, you know, definitely something to consider. But okay, he goes for the sacrifice. I think it's too much. Okay, obviously we just have to take. He takes with check, and now we have to think. Can go to h8 or the g8. I think both are fine. I slightly prefer this. h6, bishop f6 looks pretty safe to me. I don't know. I think here we're slightly safer, so let's go to h8. And h6, bishop f6. Okay, let's go bishop f6, and we're very safe. Hello, Great Horn Toad. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic morning. All right, he goes 94. Now, this is not hanging, but I'm still going to move it back to make sure that it's never hanging in the future. And my king is very safe over here. This pawn is in the way. He would love to like take this pawn and throw it off the board, but obviously he can't. And so our king is nicely shielded by this pawn. We can always move the rook over here to be a little bit safer. All right, let's see what he's going to do. Dang, -20 Fahrenheit. Dang, that's rough. All right, let's see what he's going to do. He's taking his time. Yeah, knight f4 is definitely a nice idea. Yeah. Oh, great suggestion. Beto. Alright, good luck. Good luck, Chescott. Hello, Chili of the Valley. Good to see you. Good morning. Right, I think that's what he should do, Chameleon. I think that's what he should do. But, okay, I don't know. We have knight f4 to... I am not gonna lie. Whenever you see a queen like close to your king, you get automatically just a little bit nervous. Right? Like, you want to keep that queen as far away as possible, but I don't know why he's staying so long here. Hello, Sleepy Mario. Good to see you. Wait. Alright, great here. We have people watching from Dubai. Alright, somebody has to get banned. Alright. Dankjewel, Sleepy Mario. Dankjewel, slaperige Mario. Oké. H7. Good move. Let's go, yeah, this is slightly annoying. I can go here. I'll go f5. Because I don't think he can come in. I mean, I will take, and I'm safe. And if it's the move of the knight, then I will come here. And just, at least for the moment, stop his queen from jumping in. Alright, he goes there. Now I really like knight f4. Because he cannot kick me away, right? The knight is very annoying for him here. He cannot push it away. Keeping an eye on the bishop, making sure the queen cannot come in. He goes here. I can take. But he goes here. I think I like bishop g5. Let's go bishop g5. So that if he takes, I recapture, and we should be doing pretty fine. Yep. No, indeed. Fedo called it, indeed. Yeah, you guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. Right, he goes queen d1 ika, so calm. But I think I'll take. Oh, he just resigned. Okay, so nice win here with black. Let's have a look. Alright, so e4, we go c5, knight of 3. We go knight c6, c3. And once again, whenever we see the move c3, we go knight of 6. Okay, so knight of 6 hitting the pawn, d3. And now g6 is fine, just going for the fianchetto. Alright, so here we go bishop g7. And already black is a little bit better, as you guys can see. A castle. Go h6, he goes here, hitting the pawn. Right, but I really thought he should have done this. But he goes h3. He wants to really prepare it. Stop knight g4. But now definitely the best move, and very important one, is e5. As we stop d4 from him. Alright, he goes here, hitting the pawn. But we just go queen c7 to defend everything. And stop knight e6. He goes here, hitting the pawn, but we just defend it. And I've talked about this before, like, we're just following simple fundamentals, and we just get like a +1 position, right? Hello, Reed, hello, hello, Priest. Good to see you guys in the YouTube chat. Yeah, e5 definitely was the move in the beginning, then we would have gone 95. Good question, Stan. Alright, and then the reason why we go e5 is to follow up with d5, grab the full center and make sure he cannot go e5 himself. Alright, so take. And black's just much better. Right, he doesn't have any tricks. f5 would have been a nice follow-up, as I forgot who suggested in the chat. And yeah, it's sort of like -1.5. Right, by simply, following simple fundamentals. He goes here, g5, e like -2. He sacrifices, but it's just not good. Take here, h6, bishop f6. Yeah, he just doesn't have anything. Because once again, our king is super safe because that h-pawn is simply in the way. He goes here, f5, kicking the knight away. Knight f4, just standing in the way here. He goes here, bishop g5. And before I could make a move, he resigned. So a very nice win as we move to 2269. All right. So I hope that makes sense, everyone. Let's go ahead and start up another game. This might be the last game of today. Let's see who we will get. All right, we're playing a 2150. Okay, goes e4, and against e4 we go c5. Yep, indeed. My pleasure, my pleasure. Happy to hear that, Chili. Thank you. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Now, I remember Danya in his speedruns really would go the extra mile, try to explain. He says, sorry, you have to go. Draw. No, I'm not gonna take a draw and give up rating points. Anyway. Anyway, like I said, I feel like Danya would really go the extra mile in his speedruns and really try to explain everything in detail. I am definitely not doing that, if I'm being honest. But I definitely try to explain, moves. Because for him, one game was already one video, right? We're doing 100 points per video. No but. He's insulting me in the chat. That's so rude. No but. What is this guy? Okay, knight of 3. We go knight to c6. Let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, really weird. Okay, d4. So whenever he goes d4, we will take knight takes, and now we go g6. The start of the Accelerated Dragon, as we will follow up with bishop g7, bishop b3, and we go knight f6. All right, so knight f6 is almost always going to be our next move, and then after that, castle is almost always going to be our next move. He goes queen e2. This is a very important moment in the Accelerated Dragon. This is one of the key ideas as to why we play this opening and not the normal dragon. We can gain a full tempo here compared to the normal dragon. With what move? What move do we have here as black? I have this move in the course as well. What move do we have here as black? So that we can gain a full tempo. Does anyone know? Let's see who has been studying. Hello, Trexus. Welcome. Hello, Orca. I would definitely love to play at Grand K. Yeah, I reached out to the organizers. All right, queen e2, yes, and let's go d5. Normally in the dragon, your pawn would be on d6, but here we can play d7, d5 in one go. So it's definitely better. Excellent, good job. All right, so he takes, and now we will, of course, recapture the b pawn. He goes e5, okay. Let's see, we can go knight e7, and he's going to go f4. We can also go knight e8, and he's also going to go f4. And then, so here's the thing, I'm considering knight e8, f4, because we want to go f6. Yeah. But if I go here and then f6, he might have this. So I'm going to go 98. We'll check after the game if this is correct. He goes f4. And let's go f6. Getting the pawn. Oh, but. All right, let's see what he is going to play. All right, he takes. I can take with the bishop, but can also take with the knight. Both make a lot of sense. Kind of like bishop takes. He goes here, I should be able to cook up some decent counterplay. but not that easy, as he might just neutralize my bishop. I don't know, I kind of like send this in a way. If I do this, he might go here. Huh. Not that easy. I'm definitely doing fine here. It's not easy to take over the initiative right away. Let's see. All right. We'll check after the game. I'll take with the bishop. I don't know if it's correct. The castle's okay. All right. So rook b8. I don't want to allow him to do this. That's the main thing. If he goes here and neutralizes the bishop, he's definitely kind of okay. Let's go. Not that easy. Gotta move though. Let's go here. I have an idea. If he takes... No, it doesn't make sense, honestly. I wanted to do this. He can probably just take. But... Okay, goes h3. That is too slow. That is definitely too slow. Now we go queen a5 and we get a massive attack. Already now he's got to be really careful. He's got to be really careful. We're really cooking. Okay. Okay, I cannot do this because I don't have to follow up. But maybe just developing the knight. Yeah, we're going to develop the knight. Now, again, he has to be really careful. If he makes one more mistake, he's done. But he's got that move. Nice find by him. Maybe bishop a6, because after the trade, I can get my knight to the c4 square. Yeah, I like that move. Let's go here. He doesn't have any tactics with the knight, because I'll always take with check. Or wait. Oh no, did I blunder? Oh no, I blundered. Oh, schnooks. Alright, he takes here first. Now, normally I would definitely do this. But he goes here. Okay, wait. Here, here, here. Here, I've got here. Right, so I think this works. Here, 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 here. Right, so let's take... Okay, but this doesn't work. We just calculated that. What is he doing? Okay, we take here with check. And now he's starting to take here, so we take this. No but, he's just down a piece. No but. Okay, I can take and go bishop e7. Let's go bishop e7, as I quite like my bishop. He's a little bit stuck here in his kingside development. Alright, let's see what he's going to do. Okay, it's not a bad move. Okay. I can defend, but then he can defend as well. Then I can maybe kick him. Let's go here. I don't want to abandon my entire queen side, because then he would have 3 connected passers. He goes there, okay. But we just say thank you very much, okay? Okay, we just recapture, rob a full piece for like nothing. Okay, let's activatia the king. He goes there. Okay, let's activate the rook. Goes there, okay. Let's go h5, hit this. Goes g5, okay, let's go h4. Typical idea, isolating that g5 pawn, so you kind of go h4. Goes b4, okay, starting to push. Okay, now we just have to see how we're going to round up this pawn. I guess 94 is pretty decent. Can also go e5, e4. Just go... Let's go bishop e4. I mean, raw material trades are good for us. If he moves, then rook c8 is going to be annoying. Okay, goes bishop a6. Let's... It's not a bad move. Alright, let's go king here. Want to go knight f7, hit the pawn. Goes there. Okay, let's go knight f7. Okay, he starts pushing, but it's all gonna be too slow. We take, of course. And now let's go. Let's go rook d8. Activating a rook. Oops, I hung the knight. I completely missed he can go here. Alright, he goes there. Let's go king f6 and unpin the knight. I was kidding. Had he gone king f4, I would have had king f6, takes e5. His king has to move and then I take. Alright, he's pushing, but of course it's all going to be too slow. Let's just push as well with e5 and f4. That being said, you know, he's trying. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it, bruh. Alright, he goes here, trying to push the pawn. Okay, check. Can take a pawn with check. But I think I like this one better. Yeah, let's go in here, check. Okay, you can come in with check. Yes, let's do that. Check. And let's go bishop f5, hit this. And this would be mate. Alright, so let's take. And 94, hitting the bishop, which is pinned. He goes there. Let's just go f3. Okay, let's take. And take. And of course, at one point, one of my pawns is gonna promote. Let's move the bishop back. We're now gonna push the h pawn. Okay, so let's go h3. Put the bishop here to make sure that, like, this is never going anywhere. I mean, I guess bishop g4 in here would have been more efficient. Okay, so we win. All right. Was he a good sport? Well, he said he was not being nice in the chat. All right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so nice win here with black. Let's have a look. So e4. Okay, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, and then we take and go g6 with the idea to follow up with bishop to g7. All right, knight c3, we go bishop g7. Right, after g6, this is almost always going to be our next move. Bishop e3, we go knight f6, developing the knight. Goes here, and kingside castles is almost always going to be our next move after that. All right, now here he played queen e2, but now we can gain a full tempo compared to the normal dragon by going d7, d5 in one go, right? In the normal dragon, your pawn would be on d6. We can go here. All right. All right, so d5, striking in the center. He takes, obviously, we recapture, we strengthen our center, and that half open b file usually comes in quite handy. So e5, right, and here we have some options, but the best is, I mean, both are fine. If you go here, though, the follow-up would be to go e6, followed by c5. Right. But I played 98 and f6 to try to keep that bishop open. He takes, I took with the bishop, which is definitely an inaccuracy. Should have taken with the knight. That would have been the better move. Alright, so good to know. Look at the bishop, he went here. Right, because if he goes here, I think I have this. Right, and he would have to badly damage his king. Because if he takes the queen, then he hangs this. So bishop g4. Alright, I played here. Right, he probably could have taken, because he can always come back here. Neutralize the diagonal. So it's kind of slow. Activate our queen as well. And here, it's really dangerous. Queen b4 is a very real threat, hitting this. This as well. Goes a3. And apparently the best move, which is really funny, is rook b4 to stop him with all our might from going bishop d4 and blocking the diagonal. We went here, bishop d4, absolutely necessary because we were threatening to go here. And bishop a6, but yeah, this is fine. Wait, did he have here? Oh no, wait, I have here. Oh, I take, and then and then, oh, right, nice. Now he did this, I recaptured, but this was a blunder, because I can take, and of course he had to play this, right? I mean, it's not that clear, but I go here, hitting this and this, but, you know, he takes, and he has quite a, he's got 2 pawns and he'll win another one. But he did this right away, and now he's just down a piece. I go here, this is weak as well, he's kind of stuck over here. And so we take, recapture, activate the king, activate the rook, hit the pawn, isolate the pawn, and you know, at some point, okay, we just round up the g5 pawn, activate our rook, start pushing in the middle, activate the rook, and we created a little mating net that he was only able to get out of by giving up tons of material. And so we got a very nice win. Move the bishop out of the way, and he resigned. Okay, so nice win here with black as we move to 2274. 2300 rapid, good question. I have a student who's like 2400 and his FIDE is like 2000. So maybe something like that. Let's say like 2000. But it could also be lower. Oh, I guess 2300, I mean maybe like 1900, something like that. All right, let's see. I'll be nice to you guys, and we'll do one more game, last game of today. All right, so we're playing with white against a 2300. Okay, let's go d4. Let's see what he's gonna do. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. This guy says, bro, you are a cheater. Winning that many games in a row is ridiculous. All right, anyway, he goes d5. Let's go c4. And okay, he goes for the queen's gambit accepted. Now, there's a few things we can do, but I kind of like simply knight of 3, stopping e5, and following up with e3 and regaining the pawn this way. Get a classic queen's gambit. Okay, he gives a check here, which is a little bit odd. Go knight c3, can go knight bd2. I'm gonna go... I guess if I go here, it's very similar to a Nimzo. Let's go knight c3. I think it's fine. Let's see, castles. We'll castle as well. Okay, that's odd. Okay, let's go a3. If he takes, it strengthens our center. He goes bishop e7 back, but now we can just build the big white center by going e4, and we should definitely be better here. That being said, you know, it's not the end of the world for him. So let's see what he's going to do. I'd love to somehow get my rook to d1, but I don't see how, because the moment I go queen e2, I hang this. Maybe we can go e5 and try to storm on the king side, most likely bishop d3. He goes here. Maybe queen d3. I kind of like the idea of queen e3 and rook d1. Let's do it, because at some point I want to go e5, and then maybe queen e4 and try to attack over there. And also another idea could be to go e5 and then bishop a2 to b1, setting up the battery, provoking a weakness from him on that side. Okay, goes rook e8, okay. Weird move, not doing anything. Let's go rook d1, make sure this pawn is more protected in the middle of the board. Let's see what he's going to do. I guess, though, he's covering that square. That could be an idea. But, you know, here's the thing. We have the center, but the center alone is not going to give you the win, right? We have to transform our advantage somehow. And so we're going to try to transform it into a big attack. Okay, let's see what he is going to do. Hello, Herschel. Guten Tag, Großmeister. Guten Tag. Hello, Rashid. Hello, Seppi. Hello, Axel. Good to see you guys in the chat. In the YouTube chat, that is. Alright, he goes Bishop F8. Now, I guess, though, he can maybe go here and here. Or can't. That's definitely an idea. But, even if he does that, we can still try to open him up with H4. I think at some point we should definitely do this. If I wait too long, right, he might go E5. So I'm gonna go E5. How do you improve your endgames? Just watch, and take notes. Sephiroth. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Hello, Tupla. Welcome. Good to see you. The end goal is 2,500. The end goal is 2,500. I don't think we'll go to 2,600. Maybe. I mean, hey, if there's some... Can we actually, from time to time, actually get some support from the chat? Like, we've been putting out, like, a lot of content for you guys. We could get some support from time to time. That'd be great. Otherwise, we're just going to end at 2,500. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. Is this just a squeeze? Yep. All right, let's go Bishop A2. Sticking to our plan with Bishop B1. Provocatie at a weakness. And then maybe, you know, H4, H5. He might go here, but then here. Yep. All right, anyway, let's see what he's going to do. How are we so confident? I mean, we're doing well here. We have a nice center, and so we can just attack. Goes 97, okay. Thank you, Ichartalsi. All right. H4, definitely an idea. Definitely an idea. Right. Okay, so if I go here and he goes G6, H4, H5, G5 looks unpleasant. Can also go H4 here. I really like the idea of H4 here. Let's do it, because we're already putting this pawn here. Right, so that when we go here, okay, it goes there. Let's go Bishop B1. As now we threaten... Oh, shoot, you can do that. Should have probably played H5 first. Yeah, now he goes here. He stops H5. He stops G4. And all of a sudden, it's kind of solid for him. Like, we're definitely still better, but it's a little bit annoying. I should have gone H5. Then I get the structure I want. Now, like... Because, okay, if it goes G6, I think I'm going to do this anyway. Try to rip everything open. So I slightly misplayed this. Yeah, that's also possible via A. But I kind of like this better. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, H5, good move by him. Good move. Alright, now it's not that easy to break through. We're definitely still better. I mean... I'm gonna go here. I mean, maybe g4. We'll check this after the game, but I think right around here, like, we did not play it in the best way. I feel like we could have extracted more out of the position. But okay, we're still better. We're also up on time. So everything's still looking good. Okay, goes bishop b7, hitting the pawn. Go g4. He might just be able... Although, can he take... It looks pretty dangerous, honestly. Even rook d3. You know what? We'll just go for it. Let's go g4. I want to attack. If it doesn't work, it's too bad. You can, by the way, not take with the bishop, because then we take here. Alright, let's recapture. But yeah, actually, to be fair, bishop on c2 also would have been completely fine. And then, to your point, it's easier to bring the rook in. So maybe that would have been better. We'll check after the game. Hello, Sharky. Good to see you. Oh, thank you to the donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, he takes. Okay, let's take. Right, and now, I like rook d3 and rook h3. I think he has to do something like this, where we can take, but even just like moving the queen followed by this looks pretty dangerous. So let's see. Bishop b7, okay, but rook g3 or rook h3 all look really dangerous. But thank you to Herschel. Thank you to Herschel for the $4.20. Thank you, thank you. All right, if I go here and hit this, he goes here, bishop h6. Out of here. Rook h3 also a good move. Yeah, I'm gonna go rook h3. Looks good. Throwing all sorts of checkmates. We're down a pawn, but we have all the open files to attack his king. This does not look good for black. I don't think he should be able to survive this. No, I don't think that would have worked. F5, very important move, but I think it comes a little bit too late. We can take. Oh, we don't have to. I kind of like this move. Let's go queen g6. Should be good. The thing is, though, the moment I check, he's gonna run. It's not that easy. Okay, bishop f8, good move. We're very close to getting the checkmate in here. I'm considering rook h7, but it goes here. If I go here, he's got g6. If I check, he runs. Check, he blocks. Maybe bishop h6. Right. Let's go rook h7, and I don't see how he's gonna stop this and this. Here, 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 here. Here, 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 and we win. Bishop h6, rook g8. We can just take, we take, he takes, and then we take here and win a rook. So we should be winning here. 97, okay, we go queen h5. G6 only move or threatening mate. And, I mean, we can also go Queen H4. Also, excellent move. But, you know what? Since our attack looks so powerful, I kind of like the idea of going for checkmate instead of winning material. If I go here, what happens though if he moves the knight? I mean, the other line is, I don't know, the other line is a very clean win. It's a bit annoying though that it's completely winning. Okay, so we give a check. And check. And bring in the bishop. Hello, Mr. Visser. Thank you, Chili of the Valley, for tier 1. Thank you, thank you. Welcome aboard. Thanks. Yeah, no, Harold, I did see it. It was an amazing match. It was insane that Hikaru did not win. I really thought he was going to take it. But he let it slip. Unfortunately for him. He goes there, but now we just take. And if he takes... Right, we don't take here because he takes, but we take the rook first. A little desperado, and now we take, we're up a queen, and this is obviously completely over. Let's activate the bishop again. Hit this. Let's jump in with the knight, hit this. Goes there, alright. I can take the rook. Can't do anything, let's take the bishop. Take. He goes there, we just take, we're up 2 rooks now. Alright, and we win. Okay, so nice game. Nice game here with white as we move to 2283. Okay, let's have a look at this game. Okay, so d4, d5, c4, he takes. Alright, so we go knight f3. So here, e3, and we regain the pawn. Now, black here should really play with c5. But he gives this check, which is already a little bit odd. We block. Castles, we castle as well. He goes here. We go a3. He had to go here. Bishop d6 is a pretty typical idea to prepare e5. He really has to get e5 and to get his fair share of the center. Get this bishop out as well. This was too passive. As we go e4 and grab the full center. And look at that eagle bar go. Like, it's just 1 square, but it's a difference of 1 point, right? This is plus 1.6. This is plus 0.5. It's like a full point difference. Alright, so here we push. Queen e3, nice move. And it goes here. We activate the rook. And now at some point, yes, here's the thing. We have the center, right? We have the center, but having the center in and of itself is not going to win us the game. So you have to transform your advantage at some point into something else, into something more tangible. And that's why I decided to try to transform it into an attack, which is why I went here to try to go here and attack his king. Here, okay, h4, so that if he goes here to block the diagonal, I can already try to rip open the structure. Because here, yeah, and here I should have started with h5 to make sure that he's kind of stuck over here. But this was also fine. He goes h5. Maybe knight g5 would have been better, but I went here and g4. And the thing is, like, we just want to get all these open files towards his king, right? We lose a pawn, but that doesn't matter. Actually, somebody asked a great question in the chat. Yeah, bishop h6 here would have just been better. Yeah. No, it would have been. Yeah, great observation. But this also a good move. Rook d3, second best move, actually, as we bring in the rook. Goes here. Everything is good here. Rook g3, rook h3. I went here. He goes f5, good move. Should we have a fade? And now rook h7. As we want to go queen h5, and then here. Whoa, thank you to Great Horned Toad for the 500 kicks. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Great Horned Toad. Thank you. Alright, he goes here. We go queen h5. We threaten mate on 1, so he had to go g6. And I could have played for the checkmate with like queen h4, but I mean, this is very simple. We give a check, check, bishop h6, and we're winning a full piece. Because if he takes, we take. take, we're up a piece, we can trade if we want, or not. He went here, but now I just take here. He takes, now we see both queens are under attack, and so what do? We do a little desperado, as it's called. I give him my queen, but when I do so, I make sure I still take a rook with me before the queen goes, and now we take his queen, so we're up a full rook, and of course the rest wasn't too difficult. Activate the bishop, jump in with the knight, we take, and it's just all falling apart, and so we win. Okay, very nice. As we move to 2283. Okay, guys. Now, it's up to you guys. We can either wrap up or... No, we're probably just going to wrap up. Or, unless, if there's a little bit of support, maybe we can continue. Rashid, yes, I'm 6'3". I mean, right now I don't have a queen. I don't have a d4 course. Right now I'm working on a Slav course with black against 1d4, and then after that, that would probably be my next project, so that you guys are fully set. Yeah, exactly. The English with g3 is kind of an accelerated dragon for white. Keep going. I don't know. Well, the accelerated dragon is already starting out. It's already very compact. So, all right. Well, anyway, seems like it is what it is. We're just gonna wrap up. That's fine. Yeah, no, just have, I mean, I have a Nimza Indian lifetime repertoire. All right, guys. Anyway, a couple of things before we get going. First of all, make sure to join the Discord. We've got a great community in there. It's the best way to stay in touch while I'm not streaming. Also, make sure to check out the courses. I'll try to get them on sale again for you guys. I'm also taking on a few more students in case anyone is interested. If you are, feel free to reach out to this email address. And besides that, let's see. Yeah, my pleasure. Oh, if you guys enjoyed watching and you all enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, as all of the content will be uploaded on there. Right? We have the Accelerated Dragon speedrun, the Queen's Gambit speedrun, and then soon we'll launch the Slav speedrun as well to support the upcoming Slav course. Okay? Alright, anyway, I have to get going. Thanks, Herschel. Sounds good, Rashid. Alright, thanks everyone. Okay. Yeah, I hope all of you guys have a great Sunday. And have a good one, everyone. Let's see, who are we gonna raid? Who are we gonna raid? I have no... I mean, on kick, I really don't know. Alright, well, it's whatever. See you guys.